segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by the law offices of Tunnel and Razor.
All right, how many times have you thought to yourself, if I only knew then what I know now?
I've got a funny feeling a lot of us would probably say, well, might make smarter decisions. Well, today we are addressing some of your legal issues regarding our teenagers that can often come up this time of year. And as we hear from our friends at the law offices of Tunnel and Razor, there are situations that in some cases can land mom and dad in trouble too. The beach is calling, the sun is shining, summer is here, and your teenagers might have big plans to spend it with their friends. But good times can turn bad real fast if those friends make some not so smart decisions.
There's two really big legal problems that normally occur, especially during the summer months. They're underage drinking and also automobile accidents.
Attorney Taylor Elizabeth Trapp with the law offices of Tunnel and Razor says in many cases the parents of teenagers who might find themselves in trouble with the law don't realize they can be held legally responsible.
A lot of parents don't realize that in order for their child to have a Delaware's driver's license, that they actually have to, either as the parent or guardian, sign and sponsor the child's license. Doing so actually puts them on the hook to be jointly liable for any negligence that the child causes.
That's why Taylor suggests parents seriously consider whether or not their child's ready to take on such a responsibility as having a driver's license. Something else Taylor wants parents to know, if a minor gets arrested in Delaware, that criminal record does not automatically disappear as soon as the child turns 18.
In order to have your criminal background history check not show either arrests or juvenile adjudications, you must actually go through the steps of getting it expunged. However, when applying to colleges or jobs, if you only have juvenile offenses, you can check the box no that you've never been convicted.
Another topic that often comes up when discussing underage drinking, what if it's the parents who provided the alcohol?
Under Delaware law, a parent is actually legally allowed to provide their own child with alcohol as long as they're within their own private residence. Parents need to be very careful when actually trying to use this law. I suggest that you do not give your kids alcohol in excess and that you do not provide alcohol to very young children.
Taylor also points out this law does not allow parents to distribute alcohol to their children's friends. If your underage child does get their hands on alcohol and then makes their way behind the wheel, Taylor says that could lead to trouble that'll stay with them for a very long time.
Your child could actually lose their driving privileges until they turn 21. There's also possible jail time and probation.
Oh, and don't think a person has to drink and drive to get into trouble.
A lot of kids and parents do not realize that you can actually get charged with driving under the influence of alcohol even without ever putting the car in drive. So if you think you're going to just open the front door of your vehicle and take a nap in the driver's seat with the keys in hand, or turn on the car just to roll down the windows, you could be caught in a situation with a DUI.
Bottom line, Taylor says it's important to have a conversation with your teenagers this summer so they understand the risks not only to them, but to mom and dad too. And of course, that's specific for Delaware. Maryland, Virginia might be a little bit different, so you need to make sure of for where you are. And something else that Taylor says to keep in mind, these days there are smartphones and cameras everywhere. So simply put, just be careful and just think hard before you make a mistake that could stick with you for a very, very long time. And if you have any questions, you can contact our friends, the legal offices of Tunnel and Razor. We're going to have their contact information on DelmarvaLife.com.